All right, so check this out. I completed the transfer. So I transferred my account from TD Ameritrade to M1 Finance. The purpose of the transfer is so I can borrow money with M1. So I'm gonna borrow against all my stocks, and then I'm gonna go buy some assets that are gonna pay me more than the interest rate I'm borrowing at, right? So with M1 Finance, as long as you have $5,000, you can borrow up to 35% of your portfolio. So for instance, if you have a $10,000 stock account, you could borrow $3,500, right? I only suggest you borrow against your account if you're gonna go buy some assets that are gonna pay you more, right? So here's my M1 account, right? I got the transfer coming in. Mind you, you transfer these accounts. You don't need to sell off your stocks and then take the money and put it back in here. You can just import your entire account to M1 or to wherever, right? So then here's my portfolio, and I'm gonna come up here to borrow. All right. You see it says you're eligible to borrow. Let me record this. You see it says you're eligible to borrow up to 1.7 million at 2%, right? So the first $5,000 that I borrow, it has a 0% interest until June 30th, right? So I mean that's a very small, insignificant amount compared to what I'm about to borrow. So you can use this money to do whatever, right? You can use this money to, go pay for something. You can use this money to buy a car, pay off debt, whatever. I suggest that you borrow money to buy assets, right? So I was thinking about buying an apartment building. So that's initially what the plan was, to buy an apartment building, have my tenants pay off the loan, right? It's an interest only loan. So then I kind of moved that to, I'm going to spend some of it in crypto, investing in crypto. I'm going to spend some of it investing into watches, and I'm going to spend some of it in real estate. So that's how I'm going to do it. So check this out. This is how simple it is. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to hit borrow. Right, I'm going to borrow the whole thing. 1,750 and 900. $750,900. All right, it's going to come from the borrow account, and I'm going to put it into my brokerage account. Right, I'm going to put it into my brokerage account. Want to know what's funny? This is TD Ameritrade calling me right now. They're trying to call me to compete with M1, so I keep my money in there. So he's calling back. He's trying to get me to stay. All right, so hit borrow. Hold on, let me show you guys one thing. So borrow details. The borrow rate, if you have M1 Plus, which is like $190 per year. If you have M1 Plus, you borrow at 2%. Projected monthly cost, $2,918, right? I'm gonna borrow $1.7 million, and I gotta pay them back. I gotta pay myself back, really, $2,900 a month. So think about this. If I go buy an apartment building that nets me $180,000 a year, right, from rent, $180,000 a year. That's $15,000 a month, right? So out of this $15,000 a month, I'm gonna turn around and have to kick $2,900 to M1 to pay myself back. All right, so I'm borrowing. It's gonna be $2,900 a month. So imagine if I bought a house with this money, I'd be buying a near $2 million house, and my monthly payments are gonna be $2,900 a month. But I'll own the house outright, right? I just have to pay my brokerage account back. Boom, and confirm. Right, that's it. Transfer created. Your transfer has been created. I'm gonna hit done. Now you can see in my M1 account, amount borrowed, right, 1.7 mil. Cool. All right, so my cash balance is 1.7. Right here, you can see the cash balance. Now, mind you, I could take this money and go buy some stocks right now. I could go buy my favorite stocks, especially those that pay dividends. So if I'm borrowing at 2%, I go buy stocks that pay 7-8%. If I go buy a bunch of stocks like OKE, for example, then my dividends will cover the payments. But not gonna do that. Like I said, I'm gonna put some of this money in crypto. I'm gonna put some of this money in real estate. I'm gonna put some of this money into a watch investing. So that's it, man. I just wanted to show y'all how it works. And I have a link in my link tree if you want to sign up with M1 so you can do the same thing, or if you're interested in that. It's very simple. Other brokerage accounts, you got to have a minimum of like 180,000, then you're borrowing at 4% or whatever. They make it very simple. Now, notice that was the entire process. They didn't pull my credit. They didn't ask for my proof of income. They didn't ask for bank statements. They didn't ask for none of that. I put my money in there and I hit borrow, and it was that quick, right? So I like that idea. So yeah, that's it, man. Keep you guys updated on what I buy.